Hello guys, as a tailor or fashion designer, how you present clothes to customers matters a lot. It improves the general appearance of your work and contributes to customer satisfaction. It also brings you referrals. I tell you the truth, I get more customers because of how I package and present my clothes to customers, and also because of how neat my clothes are. In this tutorial, I'll be taking you through the process of ironing and packaging clothes for pickups, delivery, shippings, and selling so that you can improve the appearance of your clothes, satisfy your customers, and also get more customers. Remember to always be the first person to watch my video tutorials. Smash the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. If you find this tutorial helpful, like it to enable more people see it. Share and don't forget to leave a comment. You can join our Telegram and WhatsApp group. Links are in the comment section. Without taking your time, let's dive into the tutorial for today. We're going to be using this tool called the seam ripper to slash open the buttonhole. Place the seam ripper 1/8 inch on the buttonhole and slash it down towards the end of the buttonhole. You also end 1/8 inch on the buttonhole. Now try the button to see if it will easily pass through the buttonhole you have slashed. And in case you notice the button is not able to pass freely, you slash it a little more open, but be careful while doing this. So we continue the same process down till the least of the button on the shirt. Alright, so while slashing open the buttonhole, please be careful. Do not apply too much pressure on the seam ripper, because if you do, you must slash open beyond the buttonhole and this will ruin your work. Alright, now this is the cuff. You also repeat the same process on the cuff. Slash the buttonhole open carefully. Alright, do that very carefully. Okay, repeat the same process on the second cuff. Okay, open it very carefully. Alright, ensure that it's done neatly. In order to properly finish the buttonhole, I usually pull out the fibers and trim out the fibers with scissors, or I use the snipper. Okay, this tool I'm using is called the snipper. So you can use the snipper. When you pull out the buttonholes, the fibers on the buttonholes, you trim it with your snipper or your scissors. You can use scissors for this. Alright, some people actually burn this off with lighter. However, I prefer using the snipper or scissors because this fabric is a bright fabric. If you use the lighter, the burnt effect will definitely show on the fabric or the area where you applied it. Okay, so if I were you, I'll just use the scissors to do this. Please, you wouldn't want your customer to begin to complain about it, so just take your time and properly finish your work. After doing that, close up the buttonholes like this. So we repeat the same process on the placket, the main shirt placket. Just neatly trim out the hanging fibers. Okay, when you slash it open, those fibers, trim them off. The industrial buttonhole machine does this a lot better for you, because as soon as it finishes making the buttonholes, it opens it automatically, so you may not need to manually open them. All right, so and also you may not have the challenge of pulling out fibers like this if you're using the industrial buttonhole machine. Okay, but just be careful if you're doing this manually, and ensure you don't give your customers your clothes or their clothes with fibers hanging on it like this. It doesn't tell well on you. All right, so we'll go over to the table to iron the clothes. All right, so now we properly iron the plackets. All right, iron all the seam lines. Now we're ironing the hem. Ensure you iron the hem very well. Also iron the seam lines and the placket as well. Just neatly iron all the parts where you actually made stitches on the machine while you are sewing. So after doing that, you button it up but remember we iron the placket before buttoning it up. So stretch out the placket for the buttons to align properly. Alright, before you button the cuff, iron it very well and then button the cuffs. Alright, so in case you notice any hanging thread, just cut it off. Okay, so iron the placket and close up the buttons as you can see me do. Right, so I start ironing most at times from the sleeve, especially if it is a new dress. Okay, after making every dress, I start ironing from the sleeves. All right, so ensure they are well arranged on the table and iron them the way you see me do. Okay, now the iron I'm using has a Teflon plate. I'm not ironing with the sew plate of the iron directly on my clothes. All right, so you can use a pressing cloth, especially if you are dealing with cashmere fabrics. Okay, but since this is a shirt, you may iron directly. So ensure you iron the collar as well. Okay, so you turn it to the back. You also start with the sleeve. Okay, remember we started from the sleeve while we're ironing the front. So ensure you iron it out very well. Do not forget to iron the armhole line. Okay, iron the sleeve, iron the armhole lines. Okay, that's the arm side lines. Iron the arm side seam, iron the back yoke seam, iron the hem. Just ensure you iron it very well. Okay, you may need to iron the front again so that we can properly fold it. All right, because we're about to do the folding now. So you turn it to the back. Now the nylon we use has different sizes and the size I have here is a little big. Okay, so it's about 12-inch width and length about 15 inches, but the normal shirt size will be using 11 inches for the width. So you mark 5.5 like this from the center front. You mark 5.5 and you fold it. Some people fold this way. All right, you can also fold this way, whichever method you prefer. Okay, so make sure this is 11.5, sorry, 11 inches. Ensure it's 11 inches. So you also fold the other parts, and because I want the sleeve cuff to show, I will make sure it's coming down about 14 inches. I drop the sleeve cuff from the collar down to about 14 inches and then I fold it again this way. That's because I want the cuffs to show on the right side. This is about 14 inches. I think that's okay. All right, so this is how you place it. Now I'll be showing you how to attach this plastic to the neck. Sometimes this plastic can be put or placed under the collar. You can attach it under the collar. It makes the collar stand, or you can put it in the collar just the way you have seen me do. Before we continue, we are offering 50% discount on all our courses this special season. To register for any choice course, send a WhatsApp message now. What you're watching right now is just a sneak peek from our online shirt course. Terms and conditions apply. Let's continue. After doing that, you can iron it very well and make sure it is flat. Right, you also use this cardboard paper. What this paper does is to make the shirt firm, because we're going to use clips to hold the edges of the shirt. Okay, so iron it again. Just be careful, be meticulous in your ironing. All right, so now we're going to use the clips to hold it. So this is going to be possible because of the paper or the cardboard inside. Wow, this is a finished work. So in order to put your paper tag, just open your tag rope and unbutton the first button, pass the tag rope through the sleeve and the buttonhole and close it back again. All right, so close your button back. Wow, this looks professional, isn't it? So just give yourself an applause for coming this far. All right, okay, now this is the packaging nylon, and this part that has a double fold will be placed on the collar part. Because of the height of the collar, it will accommodate the height of the collar. So just pass it through the nylon, you can flip it and then pull it very quickly. Now pull out the seal and then seal it up this way. When you turn it, apply pressure so that you can let out the air in it. All right. Wow, this is very beautiful. I really love this. I don't know about you. I am so excited we've come this far in shirt making.